look, guys? You haven't seen her in a while. She's been very busy. How far is the drive to Vermont?
Um, if I could go straight through, about 20 hours, but a couple hours extra to stop.
Each way?
Oh, yeah.
That's 2 days.
Yeah, when I went up there, most people probably think I'm crazy for doing this, but I drove straight through and I only stopped to sleep like 2 hours at 2 in the morning.
Wow.
So once I hit Pennsylvania, I stopped to sleep at the Welcome Center. And then at 4:40ish, right before sunrise there, we went the rest of the way. Yeah.
We can take this call offline.
Okay.
Just take it easy today. First day back. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey,
Yes?
hey, Greg. I
Yes.
just want to say, how many people are on this planet ballparking?
Or what?
Just ballpark how many people are on the planet Earth.
Oh, like 8 billion.
Something like that.
Right, 8 billion. And then how many of the 8 billion do you think is without sin?
None.
Very few.
Right, none. Well, the answer is none. But anyway, I've listened to Louis before, and that's why we need Jesus as our Lord and Savior. Because it's through His grace that He's paid for that sin. And
Love. Hold on.
that's the first thing I wanted to say. But then, hey, let me jump over to something else. And that's Walsh come out. He's the new Fed chair.
Yes. Warsh.
Raising or lowering interest rates. I'm just going to say, as a business owner, if you own a business, everything that raises your cost in business makes you pass it down, right?
Yeah.
And so if you could lower interest rates, it might actually work in place.
I think that would have been a slam dunk deal, but the situation in Iran has played out a lot longer than he thought. And the last inflation numbers came in a little hot, not bad, not Joe Biden size numbers, but bad enough to where they couldn't do it this month, but maybe next if gas prices keep dropping and so forth.
Right, but that is what I call transitory because it's coming down. The Biden administration kept transitory, and they were the ones pushing it up.
Right,
the Green New Deal.
Gas was more expensive at its peak under Joe Biden than it ever was during the last couple of months with Trump. People need to remember that. And Joe Biden didn't have an excuse except incompetence.
That's right. But above all, Jesus is our Lord. I please everybody search their heart and realize none of us saved without Him, because punishment for sin is death. And guess what? Every one of us on this planet, all 8 billion, are going to die. It's just a matter of what we're going to do after that. And that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the inspiring and upbeat start to the broadcast today. Love.
It's love.
Love.
Hey, I hope I'm not interrupting too much.
No.
But I do want to wish all the fathers out there a blessed Father's Day.
Well,
And if
thank
you know
you.
a father that's raising somebody else's child, wish him a blessed Father's Day also, too. But don't leave some of the ladies out because they're doing both. I really appreciate you.
It's my favorite day of the year next to Christmas. And
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you too. For the second day in a row, this shirt goes hand in glove with the shirt that I wore yesterday, which was a ratty old thing, which I can't bring myself to sell. This one, like the other one, has tears and like this sizable opening here down the front.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing I'm doing to be sexy. It's just comfortable, especially when it's this humid.
It is very humid.
We are going to Baumhauer's after the show tonight.
Awesome.
Yes, Baumhauer's is back Wednesday nights, and we hope you'll join us. I may buy some beers tonight for the dads that show up. Yeah.
Nice.
And you'll have a chance to try the summertime menu, which is awesome. I think I'm doing the Alabama hot chicken tonight.
Mm.
So we hope you'll join us there for that. We got some catching up to do with you. How's the relaunch of?
The move was good. Business is good. Kids are out for summer, so Remy's at her dad's. It was good to get to see her while I was up there for Max's graduation. I can't believe I have a high school graduate, and
That was such a great picture of you and him.
it was good.
Touched my heart.
I showed it to him, and he was like, "This looks fake. It's so perfect." It was just like a beautiful sunny day out there. It was nice.
And when you're in Vermont, where are you near?
Canada.
Really? That far north?
That far north.
Wow.
Yeah. I was raised about 40 minutes from the border.
They still have snow on the mountains up there?
No. It was hot. It was like Alabama hot and humid up there.
Really?
While I was there. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hot and humid, let's take a look at the Live in Fear Doppler. We do have our first named storm of the season.
Arthur, right?
Arthur got a name just before making landfall. We're under a flood watch. Tropical Storm Arthur at this moment is 611 miles away from us. Now, on the radar thing, in addition to the flood watch, we still have some isolated showers. Not the kind of rainy day we had yesterday, but we will see some showers off and on throughout the afternoon rush. Right now, most of the stuff is west of Montgomery, but we do have some coming through the metro area later. But nothing heavy, nothing severe is expected. Now, let me move the map. There's the cone of doom. This system, once it makes landfall, it will lose the name. We'll have a circulation going to the east and north of us. We will be on the dirty side of the storm, which is why they're very pessimistic about, especially Thursday.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
Right. Is it supposed to be? Well, 600 miles is pretty close.
Yeah, and into Friday.
It's closer than Vermont.
So I'm hoping this will not interfere with my departure for Mademoiselle Goose.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to do a
Not
high-risk
go.
drive
Right.
either. So,
Oh.
and Rich will update us on that a little bit later. Might get him to call in around 4 o'clock. See if he's got anything new and get the latest on the strength of the storm. So that's a situation to keep an eye on. Let's run down some of the news headlines this afternoon. You weren't back in time to vote yesterday, were you?
No.
Pretty much everybody I expected to win did. Barrymore won handily. We could do a little post-mortem and a post-mortem.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the thing. When you have an MRI, you take this stuff that helps relax you. Because some people get super claustrophobic in that thing. I don't, but they relax me anyway.
Oh.
So I'm a little bit in Sonny Fox mode. You may hear an error or two, which means it'll be just like any other show. Minority firms face financial ruin after building Obama Presidential Center. That's the top story on Fox. That is one of the biggest scandals of many Democrat-driven financial scandals in America. You know, of course, they made sure they used minority firms to build that giant turd on the lakefront. And they haven't been paid. There was supposed to be a $400 million endowment fund to pay the contractors, the people that did the work. And but they only ended up with $1 million, even with the most popular president in our lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
The president everybody loved because he brought us together.
Of course.
So this will be interesting to see how that works out. Overall construction costs on this giant Klingon prison he built were reported to be 830 million. That was in 2021.
Oh my
Have likely
gosh.
climbed past the $1 billion mark to build what looks like some type of a confinement center.
Right. Well,
And of course, the media is totally ignoring it because it's Barack Obama. And saying anything that might hurt his feelings could be construed as racist. That it really is a hideous building. I'm not saying it just to be mean. But all these contractors who built it, they're not getting paid. Time to see some lawsuits. And then, of course, while he's out there making private companies pay minimum wages higher than they really should have to based on their business, they're asking everybody that works at the Obama Center, except for the executives like Valerie Jarrett, who is scraping by on $750,000 annually, to volunteer.
ooh. There's a comment in our comment section about a bad accident on 231 to Troy, Old Country Drive, involving a tractor trailer and a motorhome.
All right, we'll make sure that Skipper has that and he can give us the latest data.
He
God, I
saw-
look like hell in the video cast.
I don't feel like I look great either.
A lot better than me. Why don't you just kick me off that and take center stage?
Did Jay tell you that you left a stream running last week? And I saw it?
Again?
Yes. It was the night that I left and you had the sheriff on.
He won.
I know, I saw that.
I was very pleased. Congratulations again.
He I went and looked for the stream to send that interview to one of my friends. And it was about 10:30 at night on my drive. I had stopped at a gas station and I was like, let me look it up for you on YouTube and I'll send it to you. And it said live in the bottom corner and it was just your empty chair. And I texted Jay and I was like, did Greg leave the stream running? And he got back to me shortly after and said, looks like he did. I ended it.
Oh, that's right. I do remember seeing something or hearing something about that last week. I'm pretty
That
good,
was
though, at
funny.
shutting it down.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen it happen.
But I do apologize for all my shortcomings.
It's just, I thought it was funny.
We have a,
Substantial crap pile.
yeah, we do. This is for the things that are not real headlines, but they're stories of interest. For those of you, it's 3:20. We'll get our, let me move Skipper in here so we can get a traffic update sooner than later. For those of you who are buying a house or thinking about it, before you even come to the decision, is it the right move for you? I would, without hesitation, call our friends at Alabama Home Mortgage and consult with them, pick their brains, take advantage of their expertise, because they want what's best for you. And sometimes that means a process that can take a few months, half a year, whatever amount of time is required. It's important when you're going into a mortgage to do it without feeling stressed to the max. And that's the way they roll. It's like with Eddie. You may not be ready to buy a house today, but I would recommend talking to him ahead of time to get his take on the market. Maybe better to wait a few months and buy then. All that wisdom, all that experience can play for you, but they don't do it on a high pressure basis at Alabama Home Mortgage, which is why I'm very, very proud to have Madeline and Kim on the team. Truly amazing people who absolutely have your best interests at heart. They can help you with the VA mortgage. Urge you, do not acquire a mortgage through 800 numbers. Stay local with this. This is a big deal. And have the people right here at hand to take your calls and answer your questions when they come up. VA mortgage is a good deal. If maybe you need money out of your house, you suddenly get hit with a repair, roof repair or whatever. Maybe you want to put a pool in the yard. Live it up. Call Alabama Home Mortgage and see if they can't get you the money that you need to do whatever it is to make your dream home a little dreamier. For more information, reach out at 567-4223, 567-4223. You'll love Madeline, Kim, and the group over there. Sensational people. Alabama Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender, and their NMLS number is 158368. We're proud to have them on our show. Here is the first update of the afternoon from Skipper at 324.
Well, as we get started this afternoon, we have an accident in Wetumpka, Highway 231, right at the entrance to Walmart. As you're headed into the city, please use caution there. We also have an accident on Highway 231 if you are headed over to Troy. This is going to be right around Teasley Mills, which is just south of Highway 82 and Highway 231. Please use caution there. We will keep you updated. Davis Door and Sash is your trusted source for quality replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials when you mention this ad. Visit davisdoorandsashalabama.com. Call 334-288-6010. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
Before you commit to that plumbing repair or upgrade, get a second opinion from Headley Plumbing. Our estimate could save you thousands. We do it all: residential, commercial, and septic tank service, serving the entire river region. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the river region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
X-Files coming out, Jessica. This is a generational run we're on. I think you should just be happy to be alive.
That's a great statement from, they're getting really exposed because we have all these foreigners coming in for the World Cup, and they're loving it here.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats hate it. 55% of them want to leave it. I said this yesterday. I'll say it again today. Raise my taxes to help fund that departure.
Right. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, the sooner the better. Take your miserable asses. You are just naturally unhealthy people. There is no help for you. There is no hope for you.
Hello.
And we're tired of listening to it.
Hello.
We're tired of hearing you pissing and moaning about the country.
Hey.
On the other hand, you've
Hold
got...
on.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I'm
What is
good.
this?
Hold on. We'll take you in a minute. News talk. Who's this?
The phone's ringing. See, Pamela's back. The phone rings.
Hi.
Like that.
Hang on. Yes, we'll be with you in just a minute.
All right. Yeah, I got your calibers right here. What is
News
playing
talk, who's
here?
this?
Stock market sell-off after Fed
Hi.
decision.
Hold on.
Well, that's too bad. So it must have finished down. Okay. Well, I was going to play a clip, but we have calls.
We do. The phones just blew up.
So why don't we do that first with the one and only Master Thespian? Are you there, sir?
I am here. I am in the wilderness and the Smokies, and I'm looking for the elusive frozen yogurt in its natural habitat.
The elusive frozen yogurt in its natural habitat.
Yeah, haven't found it yet, but I am consuming a chocolate shake that tastes like Cocoa Puffs, and it is delicious.
Well, now you got me wanting a chocolate shake or a vanilla shake. The other day I asked the guys on the morning show, I said, have you ever had stewed prunes? I don't even know what inspired the question. And within an hour, Wiley Poundstone shows up here with 3 cups of stewed prunes.
Well, you got to be careful what you say on the air, man. You say you want something, people are going to go out of their way to get it for you. You know that.
Well, money and vanilla ice cream, that would be a nice combination if anybody wants to bring some of that by. And I'll warn you, I'm only going to use the money to spoil my kids. So,
yeah. So how are y'all doing the day after the runoff election? Everybody okay?
Yeah. I mean, I was glad to see Barrymore prevail.
Okay, thank
and,
you.
And Robertson. I was sad to see the gentleman that was running for judge in the Millbrook Wetumpka district. He was ahead for a good part of the evening and then lost at the end. I mean, but that was a race that involved 2 good people. I liked them both.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the crucial thing about the runoff is that the 2 candidates running off against each other on multiple races. It was one of those where, if either one wins, it's going to be okay. So.
Oh, and by the way, can we reach out to the sheriff of Watauga County?
Sure.
So we can congratulate him. He was the big discovery for me last week. What a great guy.
Good.
Yeah, I heard him call in. He sounded really good.
So I just, I didn't like the way certain campaigns were conducted, and that included the guy running against Barrymore.
Yeah. Things got really nasty there toward the end.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, what are you going to do? What is your plan? What are your priorities? I don't want to hear about accusing somebody of something that's been, in my opinion, clearly rebutted.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan.
Well, I'm afraid the same thing's going to happen with Tuberville, is that we're going to have more and more people jumping on that. Oh, he doesn't live here. He doesn't live here. Bandwagon, when very clearly he does live here. He has a residence here.
Coach, just shut it down. Shut it down.
I know, but it's just nuts. So anyway, but at least we've got a few months before the fervor starts again. So it'll be good.
I just know one thing. I will never again have to hear, Hillary! Hillary! China!
Yeah, when I saw the results this morning, that's one of the things I told Mrs. Thespian. I said, Greg will be very happy. He will never have to hear that commercial again.
No. And I told them after the first primary, I said, I really think you need to reconsider that ad. Instead, they brought it back. because we got a lot of complaints about it here.
Well, the first 23 times were okay, but after number 600, you kind of got it. It got really old.
The thing is, she's well spoken. She did a good job on her message within the spot, but drowned it in all this sideshow stuff. I wouldn't have done that, and I would have been happy to consult the guy that lost to Barry Moore. I've already forgotten his name.
Jared Hudson.
Jared Hudson. Yeah. I thought his messaging was very poor.
Yeah. Well, he's young. He can run again. We'll probably see him. We'll probably see him again.
I'm almost getting old enough to run for the Senate, so I may consider it.
You could do that. You can give Pelosi a run for her money, but you'd have to move to her state. So I wouldn't recommend that.
No,
you'd have to go to
that.
California.
Not doing that.
Do that. Yeah. All right.
Well, have fun, Thespian.
I'll continue to pursue things here and see if I can maybe wrestle a bear or something for you.
Okay.
But I will be back next week. Pamela, it's so good to hear your voice.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
So I'll see you Tuesday and Wednesday next week.
Already.
Y'all take care.
Bye.
All right.
Love you. Bye.
I was hoping he would do one back. Red Top.
Greg, musicians nor band managers ever need to run for office. Don't you think?
Oh, gosh. The skeletons that they would take out of...
Oh, no. See, I have an advantage. I've admitted
You've disclosed
everything.
it all. Yeah.
There's no secrets. And even if they found something I'd forgotten about, I'd say, yeah, that happened. That was my life. But at least I own it.
That's the kind of breath of fresh air we need, really.
Us people in the entertainment business have seen a lot more than we ever wanted to. Believe me. At all times of the day. And, now, unfortunately, people say nothing good goes on after midnight. Well, half the gigs I played in my life were after midnight, especially in Atlanta. We'd play at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the club would be packed.
Oh, yeah.
Line going out the door. So you remember them days. I'm sorry to see them go. Now, something nobody's mentioned the past couple of days is about Elon Musk becoming a trillionaire, and how do they feel in California that they disgusted the potentially richest person in the world, ran him out of the state, and now he's a trillionaire. And what do all the Democrats do with the millionaires tax? A millionaire means nothing anymore.
It really doesn't.
But all of his employees are millionaires, and the Democrats hate this because they can't, on their own, create that kind of wealth. So they just assume everybody else is stealing it.
Do you remember when he offered to front the money to, quote unquote, end world hunger? They threw out a number, and he said, I'll do it. But the money has to be accounted for, and they said, we'll pass.
Yeah, because they won't be able to steal it if it has to be accounted for.
Well, still, that's just a great leap. And by the way, SpaceX is building 2 new launch pads down at the Cape. Blue Origin's building 1 more. There are 5 more going on around down the coast, because people don't realize that we're about to be in a launching panic the next 20 years. There's also about 11 more being developed in Africa and Australia, because the closer you are to the equator, quicker and faster you get up there with less fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're about to see leaps and bounds, and of course, Huntsville, Alabama is right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And Alabama is too. So we're doing damn good in this state, and it is sure nice to be here after living in the desert for 3 years.
Plus, we have a new Coast Guard facility in the Birmingham area that the president assigned to our state.
Excellent. Well, I mean, he can count on us. We got the resources, and we got highly skilled employees. Montgomery is full of people that either work for the government or high industry. There's not too many.
Hey, did you see that our BM, our beloved mayor, was out in California with Gavin Newsom posing for pictures? So I started a caption contest on my Facebook page.
Good.
To see what people have to say about this charade.
Oh yeah, well that's where he belongs. Just let's make that a one-way ticket on his part, and we'll all be real happy in my town. Roll Tide, go Trump.
All right, buddy. Thanks for that, Tom. Let me see what kind of play we got on that. Wow, almost 100 comments and over 150 reactions. So we'll take a look at the captioning. In fact, let me set the picture up so we can, if you haven't seen it, I don't know what he was doing out there. I'm sure it was in our city's best interest. There we go. There's the two of them. I have a caption for it, but and anybody that heard this caption would find it genuinely funny, except it could also be construed as racist. So I'm not going to do it. But
Pamela,
if you want to know privately, I'll be happy to tell you. Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, keeping people cool in the summer, toasty warm in the winter, partnering up with you to make sure you don't have widespread system meltdown by giving you 2 annual tune-ups for one low price of $180. That's 2 visits to the home, full inspection. If parts are required to repair an area they're concerned about, you get a discount on parts and labor for those. Generally, when they're done, your system is clean, running efficiently, and using minimal energy. And that's the outcome you want. To get a membership, call 277-2125 or visit clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098. We've got traffic, Blue Water News.
Well, like to moderate traffic around Montgomery, Prattville, and Millbrook. Wetumpka had an accident earlier in front of Walmart. That one should be cleared. We now have an accident in Montgomery, Atlanta Highway at Techna Center Drive. Use caution there. Also, Highway 231 headed to Troy. This is going to be down below Highway 82, right near Old Country Drive. 18-wheeler and another vehicle, some lane blockage there. Busy afternoon already. Keep it here for updates. If you have less than perfect credit, McKenna Nissan may have the plan for you. Talk to David Martin. He'll do everything possible to have you driving today. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery police have arrested a second suspect in a fatal shooting from earlier this month. 39-year-old Curtis Julius is charged with murder in the death of 40-year-old Eldrick McNeil. The shooting happened just before midnight on June 11th in the 3400 block of Texas Street. 37-year-old Travis Delbridge is also charged with murder in McNeil's death. The Montgomery Housing Authority joined city leaders for a grand opening of the Columbus Square Phase 3 apartments on Tuesday. Located in the heart of downtown Montgomery, the complex includes around 60 low-income tax credit apartment units. The Columbus Square Phase 3 project took about 18 months to complete. The Pride of Prattville Marching Band is preparing to participate in the 250th Salute to Independence Parade in Philadelphia. The band is scheduled to perform July 3rd and will march directly in front of Independence Hall. Prattville's marching band will be representing the state of Alabama in the largest Independence Day parade in the nation. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
Get ready, Central Alabama. The biggest watermelon festival yet is happening Saturday, June 27th at Sweet Creek Farm Market. They're celebrating America's 250th birthday and all things watermelon with free admission, over 100 arts and crafts vendors, a watermelon eating contest, entertainment for the kids, food trucks, and family fun around every corner. It's Sweet Creek Farm Market's biggest arts and crafts festival ever, and admission is free. Saturday, June 27th, 10 to 4 on Highway 231 and Pike Road. Come hungry, bring the family, and celebrate summer at Sweet Creek Farm Market's Watermelon Festival.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Well, hi, everybody. We are stuck in a very wet tropical pattern, including the threat of some flooding. The risk of periods of showers and thunderstorms will continue in the forecast with locally heavy downpours tonight, Thursday, Friday as well. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for flood alerts, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. Tonight's low 74, tomorrow's high about 87, and not much change on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? AFE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
News happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Let's see if I can get this to actually work.
Great. So in the past couple of days, I've seen a lot of reporting from the American media about the 10-point proposal that the Iranians have made. Now, as I know, because I've been involved in this, there are 3 different 10-point proposals at least that I've seen floating around. The first 10-point proposal was something that was submitted, and we think, frankly, was probably written by ChatGPT, that was submitted to Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. That immediately went in the garbage and was rejected. There was a second 10-point proposal that was much more reasonable, that was based on some back and forth between us, between the Pakistanis and Iranians. That is the 10-point proposal that the president was referencing in his truth yesterday. And then, frankly, I've seen a third 10-point proposal that's even more maximalist than the first 10-point proposal that's been floating around various social media channels. Now, here's what's interesting about all this, is that I've seen various organs, the New York Times, CNN, others, pick up and run the original 10-point proposal based on little more than a random Yahoo in Iran submitting it to public access television in the country of Iran, and then them saying that somehow represents the negotiating position of the government. It's the equivalent of somebody in, let's say, a Democratic councilman in Boise, Idaho, saying something crazy, the local public access TV picking up that crazy statement, and then the New York Times running that as the position of the President of the United States. It doesn't make an ounce of sense.
Just like all the reporting from the New York Times and CNN. This is why we need to be vigilant. This is why we need WritePen AI. This is why you need to comment writepen.com so I can send you the link. Here's 48.
Well, the headline is
setting
CNN
the fake
is lying.
news
That's
straight.
not exactly great
So
news. I mean, when haven't they been? And they're going to go down with the ship Barry Weiss now, getting ready to take aim at CNN, and boy, that's going to be a. Normally, I'm not the guy that wants to see anybody fired, but I do in this case because they don't deserve their jobs. They're not journalists. They're liars. They're tools who operate at the behest of America's news director, Barack Hussein Obama, and his cretins. What was that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Nobody on the line, or they were not paying attention.
Oh, 2729228.
Oh.
See, that happens a lot. We had it happen this morning. Phone rings, answer it. Nobody's there, and then it rings again, and then they're there. That's kind of how it works. Baumhauer's after the show tonight. We hope you stop by and join us. We should have a nice turnout. Have some food, fun, and camaraderie. That's what we do there. And what you have in common is this radio station. so you won't feel weird. It's not a cult, and they've got some damn good food on the summer menu. The Alabama hot chicken, I believe, is going to be mine tonight. But there's many more options, and of course the regular menu. It's all good. At Hours Victory Grill, you might want to browse in advance so you show up. You're ready. I'll get there about 6:15. I have to check something because while the clip was playing, I was paying a bill.
Oh, Robert.
Yes, this is paying. Oh, Robert.
Robert.
Anything new with Robert?
No, absolutely nothing.
Where are we here? It's 3:50 already.
Yeah.
Let me take a quick look at the Live in Fear Doppler. I think we're going to be pretty much rain-free for the afternoon. Nice showers this morning. Fortunately, it's falling at a reasonable pace, so we're not getting too much in the way of flooding. Yeah, we'll see just a couple of showers before we get to later in the afternoon, but nothing lingering, nothing severe. But we are all under, brace yourselves, a flood watch. That one comes. 93.1 FM. Were there any races yesterday that you were particularly interested in, or?
No, I mean, I was hoping Bradley would win, who, for the
Ecto
court,
the
circuit court judge place, but he didn't pull it off. So I was bummed for him because he seemed great.
Yeah.
And then I did want Mark to win in Otago County, even though I don't live there anymore. So.
Oh.
He did.
Can we try and get him on the phone?
I texted him. Yep.
Oh, okay. That would be awesome if we could have a few minutes. I'm not saying that we propelled him over the top. He seemed like he was in pretty good shape to win. It's just a shame he had to go through the runoff with just a 3-point miss on that one. Do you know who Tom Morello is? Guitarist. Rage Against the Machine.
Yes. I was like, I know that name. Yeah.
He says it's hypocritical to tell musicians not to be political. He believes a person's line of work shouldn't take away their ability to stand up for what they believe in. But it's crossed that line. And
I agree with him to a point, because when it's your brand and your business, you have to be aware that you're going to turn people off of you.
Bruce Springsteen's lost a lot of fans. It's not the message in his music. It's the absolute irrational hate that has anything to do with Donald Trump.
We're still getting the calls. Hold on.
You could spend an hour with him, run a list of all the ways the world is a little bit better, life is a little bit easier for Americans. As of right now, Iran doesn't have a nuke. The strait's going to be open. Gas prices are going to be coming down. When Joe Biden had higher gas prices than this, we never did equal the peak of gas prices under Joe. That was strictly his piss-poor inflation from too much spending of government dollars. His solution was let's deplete the oil reserve. That way prices will come down and people won't be so mad at me when the election rolls around. That didn't work. Another little favor for Kamala. Really? Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
This is why I bring.
No. Here in the crap pile, we may as well spend the last couple of minutes of this hour.
Yeah.
What's the strangest thing your dog has ever eaten?
Probably like, I used to have a dog who would get me and my sister's dirty underwear out of the laundry. And I heard that's like a popular thing.
Janelle's dog did that.
Yeah.
And got very ill.
Ooh.
She took him to the vet while I was on the air one afternoon, and it happened to be an afternoon we had Kate Armstrong in, who was our consulting vet.
Mm-hmm.
And Kate said, ask them if they can send me the x-ray. I want to see what they're looking at. So they did.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it looks to me like there's a band of underwear stuck between.
Yeah.
They're going to have to take it out.
If they eat the whole thing, yeah.
So they had to take it out. She was fine.
Yeah.
But it was great to have Cade there to make the adjustment. And following that, we were much more careful about underwear disposal.
Yeah. I don't know.
When I was a kid, we had a wiener dog
Mm-hmm.
for 14 years, Doxy. She was amazing. And it was on the morning show, we're talking about dogs' timing and how they seem to know what's supposed to happen next all the time. No matter where she was laying around the house, at 5 o'clock, that dog went to the front window to wait for Dad to walk up the driveway after work. It was uncanny. Sometimes
the internal clock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where she was. And that's a really cool thing to see. But she also, being a dachshund, was a relentless eater.
Mm.
Very few dachshunds stay slim.
Yeah.
Well, we walked in the living room one day, it was around Christmas time, and somebody had sent my dad a box of chocolate-covered almonds.
Uh-oh.
And she got into that.
The chocolate.
Yeah. She swelled up like a football.
Oh, no.
She it was totally miserable.
Mm.
So we had to take her to the vet. I'm not exactly sure what they did. She was not feeling good for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But it was the weirdest thing to see her belly just distend to the point she couldn't stand up. She couldn't walk.
Yeah.
That's why we buy treats, so you don't have to eat our underwear and our chocolate nuts.
Yeah.
Doggies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Baumhauer's after the show. We do hope to see you there. We're going to get an update from Skipper here very shortly. And if I can, I'd like to get a word in for Montgomery Men's Health, a place that has turned lives around for thousands of men. Some get there sooner or later, and some get there for a wide variety of reasons. Sometimes the partner says, you know what? You need to do something about this because it's affecting both of us now. So it generally starts with a low testosterone level because it's diminished energy, it's low libido, it's not metabolizing calorie, which can lead to weight gain, and weight gain is one of the leading causes of ED. The staff there can explain all the science behind their approach to not only better health, but better sexual health. But these are medical treatments that work. They're FDA approved. The entire operation is under the direction of a board-certified urologist. So there's no voodoo gas station remedies here. This is real science. Boosting your confidence. They can even help with issues like size, if that's become a problem. Generally, there's really no reason to worry, but they can help if it's that important to you. Reach out for that testosterone test at 334-440-3663. It's only $99, but that could be $99 invested in a complete turnaround in your life. No exaggeration. They've helped thousands of guys, and they've helped me and many of my coworkers here. It's about your overall health first. Visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. You can book that T appointment there, or call them at 334-440-3663, 334-440-3663, or Montgomery Men's
Traffic is brought to you by Victoryland. The winning is 24/7 at Victoryland. Go where the winners go every day, and you can be a winner too. Victoryland, I-85, exit 22 shorter, admission 19 and over.
All right, how's our road adventure going, Skipper?
Well, light to moderate traffic around Montgomery, Prattville, and Millbrook. Wetumpka had an accident earlier in front of Walmart. That one should be cleared. We now have an accident in Montgomery, Atlanta Highway at Techna Center Drive. Use caution there. Also, Highway 231 headed to Troy. This is going to be down below Highway 82, right near Old Country Drive. 18-wheeler and another vehicle, some lane blockage there. Busy afternoon already. Keep it here for updates. If you have less than perfect credit, McKenna Nissan may have the plan for you. Talk to David Martin. He'll do everything possible to have you driving today. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Get ready for a legendary night of soul on November 25th. The Temptations take the stage at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center with special guest Ruben Studdard. It's the Temptations live on stage at the Impact. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and the box office. Don't miss The Temptations with special guest Ruben Studdard. One incredible night of classic soul and R&B.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
This is not headline news. It looks like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are getting married at Madison Square Garden on July 3rd. And yes, Andy Reid, there will be cake. Taylor Swift is reportedly having a massive stage built for her July 3rd wedding. And 6 more stages for her variant weddings. So fans, tickets are on sale now. Jelly Roll has filed for divorce. I can't take credit, but the last time I saw him in public, it was written all over his face. And Florida is up to its 8th case of flesh-eating bacteria. Bacteria prefer Florida to other states because the flesh tastes like Cheetos. This is not headline news.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
Thrown their support behind President Trump's tentative agreement with Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz and further extend a shaky ceasefire there. In a declaration issued overnight, the leaders called the deal an historic opportunity to prevent Iran from acquiring any nuclear weapon. This is SRN News.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Maybe this is you too. There is enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It's amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven. And yeah, you could save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Here's the number. They're easy to talk to. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34.
Sunday. Father's Day and the summer solstice collide in one massive celebration. It's the longest day of the year. Watch Dad as he absorbs maximum daylight with minimum effort. No mowing the lawn, no doing chores. Let him drink beer and eat fried foods and make absolutely no plans whatsoever. The sun may reach its highest point in the sky, but Dad's feet will reach their highest point in the recliner. It's the summer solstice. It's Father's Day. Sunday.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, "Get help." A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror, and that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of Current Safe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe. Now you'll be safe with Current Safe.
All right, welcome back. It's Greg and Pamela, like it should be, here on Happy Hour. We've got a crap pile to go through and some clips that I want to play. Go back to the one, Victor Davis Hanson. We remember before you went to Vermont, we were talking about, what's really going on with Tucker and Candace and Meghan, all these former network, highly paid network big shots who are podcasting now.
Yes.
And in that arena, it's about clicks. When you're on Fox News or any network, they promote you.
Right.
They establish your star and create the urge for people to watch and see what you have to say. With this, I'm sorry, it's just not the same. David Blackman has speculated that Tucker has been imbibing, and that explains some of his off-the-wall opinions. But Victor Davis Hanson has some thoughts on Tucker, and it's on the channel JTV, the Global Jewish channel.
Share it.
Okay, all I have to do is shut off everything else that's currently playing. That would be that guy. Okay, I think I found it quickly. It's always a good thing. I hate it when this happens. I really do. Where's the YouTube I just had up? All right, here we go.
It's not there. It's not shared.
That we're starting to see now. One of the elephants in the room is the actual cause of this. Many people think, well, that's just their, that's their view and that's what they think now and their view has evolved. And there may be some truth to that. But I think it's quite plausible to say that there are some other more cynical reasons for these changes. Victor Davis Hanson, who used to be a guest on Tucker Carlson's show regularly, a military historian who makes the case plainly for America's involvement in this Iran war. He believes that there are some personal interests, some cynical reasons such as gaining more clicks, sensationalist content, and perhaps because they just feel personally slighted by Trump, that they can't sort of dictate Trump's policies, that is leading to this shift. And actually it's a bit more personal and emotional and cynical than it is just principled stuff. I find it quite hard to figure out exactly what is going on in the Tucker case. Certainly in the Megyn Kelly case, it seems more cynical to me, and she's just doing this for more clicks and views, and she senses that's the way the wind is blowing with parts of her audience. But I want to show you Victor Davis Hanson's insights here, because it's quite profound. This is in a conversation on Stand Tall Israel. I'll post a link to the full interview in the video description. And as ever, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, hype. All really helps the channel to grow. Have a watch.
There has to be a reason for this apostasy, these apostates suddenly, and I think they feel that they were intimate with the Trump administration. They were habitués at Mar-a-Lago. They had his cell phone. They called him. But anybody who knows Donald Trump knows that you don't call Donald Trump. You don't seek him out. He may call you, but it's always on his terms, as it should be. But I think that the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Steve Bannons, the Megyn Kellys, the Tucker Carlsons, they all felt they had the president's ear. And they felt that he had to adhere to the MAGA agenda, which was they thought it was neo-isolationist. It was never neo-isolation. It was Jacksonian. So he believes in preemptive deterrence, whether it's taking out, as I said, Baghdadi or Soleimani or the Wagner Group, or ISIS or Maduro. There's a long history that if he feels there's a threat to the United States security, and in a cost-benefit analysis he can pull it off with little downside, he will do that. He did it with the Houthis. But they felt that they were going to make they were going to have a showdown with him, and that's always a mistake. Mr. President, you betrayed the optional wars in the Middle East promise. This is a forever war. And you don't do that with Donald Trump. And they didn't expect what he did. He went on the attack and he said, "You're done. I'm done with you." The other thing is that and I can't speak for all of them because there's gradations in these people. They're not all Nick Fuentes. They're not all Tucker. There's gradations. Some people aid and abet. Some people are active. But there was a sense that the climate in the Democratic Party is clearly anti-Israel, anti-Semitic. The whole party is imbued with it. And they feel that the institutions, that not the political power, military power, but the cultural power of the United States is democratic and leftist and moving in that direction. I'm talking about the LA Times, Washington Post, New York Times, Atlantic, PBS, NPR, Network News. All of that culture is now anti-Israel, and it's even moving and the universities are anti-Semitic. And they feel that that's where, and what I mean by that is now Tucker is having Jeffrey Sachs on, or now people on the left are praising these people. And I think they felt they were out in the wilderness and they had taken a risk by identifying with Trump, and they didn't do what they wanted, and they thought they had more influence with him than they did, and they made demands on him, which was suicidal. And they felt that the mood of the country was moving in this direction, and they were going to piggyback on this direction, and they were also, and it's happened, they are being praised now by the left. The left is actually, if you look at these leftist blogs, they're saying that Megyn Kelly and Tucker and Steve Bannon, maybe not Fuentes and Candace, but they all have good points to make. They're being used almost as if they're the proverbial useful idiot. But so there's a lot of motivations, but I think they're moving in that direction. And if you support Trump in the United States, you identify yourself with the middle classes, the working classes, often the white working classes, but also Hispanic. It's not a racial thing, but you don't identify yourself with the levers of cultural power. And you, in very insidious ways, they can attack you. They can review you. They can review your book harshly or unfairly. They can take pot shots at you. They can release your private information on the internet. They can cancel you, and that becomes a burden for some people apparently. And they want to get out of the cold. They feel it's time. I've done enough, and I wasn't rewarded enough by Trump. I didn't get to Mar-a-Lago enough, and I'm done with him. And maybe there's other people who will appreciate my talents, and they find there's strange bedfellows now with the left. It's very strange.
I think I understood most of that.
Yeah.
I just love the guy. He just, when it comes to trust, facts, straight, he's one I never question. He just doesn't say it unless he can back it up. So that's his take on the antics of Tucker and all these former network stars who, to me, it's almost like wrestling. It's prearranged.
Yeah.
I think they consult with each other.
I think almost everything is scripted now.
I'll go this way, you go that way, and that'll get everybody riled up. And
it's all a psyop.
But I think their influence is greatly diminished. Joe Rogan's isn't, but theirs is. Because Joe Rogan never had a network TV show that he got fired from.
Yeah.
And there is no comparison between having a show that a company is underwriting, providing the production help, the facilities, and a huge paycheck, and then finding yourself doing this, running around on YouTube trying to keep your head above water. That's my opinion, and I stand by it. When life throws you lemons, you hear a little thing about lemonade. Well, if it's a family situation, a divorce, somebody perhaps coming back from the past, somebody trying to change an existing agreement, or you're ambushed, blindsided by somebody wanting to change and go in their own direction. This is life. It's how you handle it that matters. What I learned is turn it over. Give the situation to people who are best equipped to explain the legal situation as it stands, how it's impacting you, and how they can get you to where you want to be, which is free and moving forward. It's legal leadership, and nobody has that in better supply than Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson at Delk and Tomlinson Attorneys at Law. Now, they handle other situations like adoptions, blended families, other things where red tape can get in the way. You need fighters. You need people who are going to get in there and, swing the axe and cut the wood out of the way so you can get to where you want to go. For a consultation, reach out at 819-4810 in the 334. That's 819-4810 in the 334. You can read the testimonials and browse all of their services, including wills, adoptions, blended families, and more at the AlabamaFamilyLawyers.com. For Delk and Tomlinson, Attorneys at Law.
The representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, we're going to build a little break here. We're going to get back to the traffic dungeon again. Some more showers expected, but the big rains are headed our way for tomorrow and Thursday. Rich Thomas, first thing tomorrow, 6, you're on Newstalk.
Well, we have an afternoon that is filled with accidents so far. Atlanta Highway at Techna Center Drive. We have an accident there that is right at I-85. We also had an accident reported on I-65 southbound right near South Boulevard. Not seeing that on the cams, but use caution there. And if you're headed out Highway 80 to Troy, right near Parkman's Cattle Company, Old Country Drive Road, we have some lane blockage with an accident there. Please use caution. We're busy all over. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated. Imagine graduating high school with your college degree already in your hand. That's the power of early college at Trentham State Community College. No debt, no delay, just a college degree. Go to trenthamstate.edu for more information. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Rich Thomas Weather. Well, hi, everybody. We are stuck in a very wet tropical pattern, including the threat of some flooding. The risk of periods of showers and thunderstorms will continue in the forecast with locally heavy downpours tonight, Thursday, Friday as well. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for flood alerts, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. Tonight's low 74, tomorrow's high about 87, and not much change on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Pizza Perfect's amazing buffet just got more amazing. To help our customers during these tough economic times, in June, Pizza Perfect has reduced the price of our buffet to just $10. That's pizza, as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink, everything, only $10. Pizza Perfect Buffet, available Monday through Saturday for lunch, and for dinner Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pickup or delivery. Also in June, get $5 off any large pizza at Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook, where the buffet is only $10 all month long.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center in the Pepper Tree Shopping Center. We've used Blue Water Broadcasting for years, and we attribute our results to what they do for us. If you want results with your advertising, call Blue Water.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the River region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. The premier place the River region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Fast asleep on his favorite recliner. Stronger than all the dads of all the kids in your school. Able to leap small toys left on the driveway.
Look, in that minivan. It's a guy. It's a man. It's my dad.
Yes, your dad. A guy who sometimes cooks dinner, but never makes the chicken the way mommy does. Your dad, who belches louder than anyone you know. Dad, who will dole out punishment after you just wait for him to get home from work, mister. And who, on Sunday morning, doesn't want you to bother him while he's reading the newspaper on the bowl. Fights a never-ending battle for beer, riding lawnmowers, and the American way.
I just want to get to New Orleans safely so I can properly annoy my daughter for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
I'll count the number of times I hear the reply, Dad. That's when I know I've violated one of our father-daughter covenants. On News Talk 93.1 FM, look, I'm going to be point-blank honest. We do have bomb hours after the show. I am wearing one of the worst shirts that any human being owns. It's in wretched condition. I went for an MRI today. I wanted to be comfortable. And so please accept me as I am.
We do.
Everybody?
No.
Well,
yeah.
He doesn't even go, so I don't care what he thinks. I'm just setting everybody up for the big disappointment at 422. Do you remember, you heard me on the phone when the doctor called, right?
Yeah.
Did they say Friday or Thursday?
You were talking about leaving for New Orleans Friday. Did they move it to Thursday because you were leaving Friday?
I gotta call them back already. This is only 40 minutes ago.
They had originally asked you about Friday morning at 9. And you said, I've got to drive to New Orleans on Friday morning, so maybe they give you Thursday.
This is ridiculous that I don't even know. But it was one of those things.
You need to have somebody in your phone who is your notepad, who you text with important things.
You can do that?
I do that. Either my mom or Cameron are my notepad, and I'll just text them and be like, I have to remember this. Because I know I'm not going to delete their text threads.
Who would like to be my notepad? Text all this stuff to before I can forget it. Now I'm going to have to find a break here and call them before they close.
Yeah.
To see what I should do. Because I'm dumb and disorganized. Should we go back to the crap pile?
Mm-hmm.
We learned this week while you were away, only 13% of people have met one of their great-grandparents.
Oh, really?
I think I may have met, we had some, my grandmothers and their grandmothers lived long lives.
Yeah, I've met both of my great-grandmothers before they passed away.
I've currently outlived my father and grandfather.
Wow.
Cheating death, that's my favorite hobby. Staying optimistic in life might lower your risk for dementia.
Yeah, I could see that.
This was a Harvard study, not that we should trust them or anything. More than 9,000 Americans age 70 and older found that people with higher levels of optimism were about 15% less likely to develop dementia. But that's kind of parallel to what we see with Democrats. They're angry, hostile, hate-filled people. They cannot find the inner happy. They can't roll with life. I said this morning, because we heard a comment from somebody who just can't take Trump anymore. We went through 12 years of a man who probably wasn't even eligible to be president, whose ideas have destroyed the healthcare system. He's out there running around right now bashing Trump's Iran deal. Why? His sucked. He gave them the money to build the weapons they were fighting back with and attacking their neighbors. And so did Joe Biden. If we can survive 12 years of those two nincompoops, you can put up with Donald Trump and his eccentricities for another couple of years. Although there is a rumor today that he is going to resign before his term ends.
Really?
Yeah. And let JD take it over. Okay, I have a call coming in. What could that be? No, it's not our area code. All right. Not that we should be distracted by this. 426. Did we do the strangest thing your dog has ever eaten?
Yes, we did. Ooh.
Yeah, that was my phone. It just jumped off the counter.
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to kill itself. Here's something you might, as a mom, try to have fun with this summer. Make blue hot dogs.
Blue hot dogs.
There's a new social media trend of making blue hot dogs by boiling them in Gatorade.
Ew.
Somebody tried it, said it does work. Kids find it fun.
But the taste?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Gatorade doesn't have a ton of taste. It probably still tastes more like a hot dog because what is the blue flavor of Gatorade? You can get through a whole 32-ounce bottle of that stuff and not really know what it was. I know it has a flavor, but it's not very... What you do to make the blue hot dog, you soak your dogs in Gatorade for about 15 minutes. They turn an amazing blue color and are packed with electrolytes.
True.
From the Gatorade. Comments on this. Proof you can eat at everybody's house. We are not going to be trying this. The videos don't really explain how they taste, so someone at a food blog did some experimenting. The cooking instructions are vague, but it seemed like the idea was to cook them by boiling them in the Gatorade. So you boil the flavor right in.
Interesting.
The reviewer said the smell was wild and caught them off guard. They did change color, a disturbing dark blue, but only on the surface. So it gets the skin, but not the wiener itself.
Yeah.
It doesn't work to just soak them in Gatorade so you can grill them. They do need to be boiled. The reviewer concluded it would be a fun stunt to do with kids to have blue hot dogs. I mean, I could see that would be a kid thing to do.
Yeah.
I would try it. Are you interested in a $13,000 robo toilet?
Wow, that's expensive.
Actually, it's not a robo toilet. It's a robot toilet. and I think I have some audio on this. A Chinese company introducing a smart toilet that can drive to your bedside. Here are details in the company presentation video. I would do the video. Crap. Here we go. Click. The robot toilet.
This is the Xiaoban intelligent toilet robot designed primarily as a mobile, autonomous toilet for elderly people or those with mobility challenges. As instead of the person going to the toilet comes to the person. As soon as you are finished, the robot initiates a built-in bidet system for automated washing, followed by a warm air drying cycle. From there, a heavy-duty odor control mechanism instantly engages, sealing the internal chamber airtight to trap and neutralize any smells. The robot drives itself back to the docking station. It then extends a disposal arm, completely flushing both the solid and liquid waste away. Immediately after, it runs an intensive self-cleaning and sanitizing cycle on the bowl, leaving it pristine for the next trip.
So it's got to be like composting or something. If it's just, standalone and it goes to your bedside and then goes back to its docking station. Interesting.
We played the main video, but it gets really graphic on the poop thing.
I read that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it has a lot of fancy features. Better than a chamber pot.
The docking station is connected to your plumbing so it can release the collected debris and flush it away. It also has a low noise grinder that prevents any kind of unwanted blockages.
Ew.
Sort of a built-in roto-rooter. And it's only around $13,000.
Interesting.
So for the person that has everything, the only person I can think of that might have one of these eventually is Rich Thomas.
Oh.
Because he loves what all the cool kids have.
Gadgets.
Couple of things. Have you seen, we got to get into some conspiracies.
Okay.
Have you seen Disclosure Day?
No.
All right. What you really need to see is Day of Disclosure. It's a documentary on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It is loaded with credible people, whistleblowers, Marco Rubio, who talk about not only people who have been killed for what they know, but what's happening now is that they're really at the point where they have to introduce. They talk about all the crashes where they found biologics.
Yeah.
And this is interesting. And all of this has occurred since we started tinkering around with nuclear weapons. There's some really corny sci-fi movies made in the 50s where an atomic weapon was responsible for making an octopus that grew to like 20 times normal size and literally tears down the Golden Gate Bridge. It's kind of cool. It's a Ray Harryhausen film. It came from beneath the sea. If you're looking for some good sci-fi corn. And it stars the great Kenneth Tobey, who always seemed to be the guy who needed to be a hero when there was a dinosaur that needed to be shot or killed while it was destroying San Francisco or New York. But Day of Disclosure, I think this is far more interesting at the outset than the Spielberg movie. Nobody's called, nobody's told me personally, hey, you got to go see Disclosure Day. Rotten Tomatoes has it, critics were kinder than the consumer. Usually it's the other way around. So that's something to consider for your evening viewing pleasure after you join us over at the Baumhauers. We would love to see you there.
I think it's delayed.
Let's see. We got Brett McDonald coming up at 5:15. He's with Invista Advisors. Where did the market finish today? Oh, my phone. Oh, and my signals. Everything is falling out. I just wanted to see where the market finished today. Oh, it took a little dip at the end. Sell off 567 down. Okay. 5:15. Be there or be square. Brad McDonald from Invista Advisors. As we hit the traffic dungeon ahead of 1819 News.
Well, we have some accidents that are still being worked in Montgomery. Atlanta Highway at Techno Center Drive. Those vehicles are off on the right side of the road if you are traveling from Chantilly under the bridge to Atlanta Highway. Also, I-65 southbound at South Boulevard, an accident reported there. And Troy Highway near Parkman's Cattle Company, Old Country Drive, we have an accident involving an 18-wheeler. They could still be on the scene there. Busy all over the area and rain falling. Keep it here for updates. Davis Door & Sash has your trusted source of quality replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials when you mention this ad. Visit DavisDoorAndSashAlabama.com. Call 334-288-6010. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Bath Innovations. Call Bath Innovations today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
1819 News.
The mayor of the town of Douglas will go on to be the Republican candidate who runs to be Alabama's next agriculture commissioner. Corey Hill won the runoff election against Christine McInnes after Tuesday voting occurred. Hill received 157,000 votes to McGinnis getting 138,000. Hill is a farmer and grocery store owner. He will now go up against the Democrat Party's candidate Ron Sparks in the November general election. In the Public Service Commission Place 2 runoff election, Jim Ziegler, the former state auditor for Alabama, defeated incumbent Chris Beaker. Ziegler received 51% of the vote to Beaker's 48. Ziegler will now face Democrat candidate Sheila McNeil in the general election. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you. To have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
A Pritchard police officer was arrested and charged with federal indictments. Emmanuel Dodge II was taken into custody on Tuesday by U.S. Marshals, agents with the Homeland Security Task Force, and FBI agents. Dodge is facing federal charges of bribery, evidence tampering, conspiracy to commit extortion, and civil rights offenses. The federal charges against Dodge are a result of him associating with violent criminals and drug dealers in Pritchard and the Mobile area at large. The investigation spanned a couple of years and included the collection of evidence through inside sources. I'm Andrea.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
Dewan Walker has been an Alabama Power customer since 1999.
We're being squeezed on every side. We hear about Alabama Power freezing their rates. That's the best news we can get. Alabama Power rate freeze will provide real relief for Alabama working families. Alabama Power is protecting their customers by making data centers pay their full costs. It makes me feel at peace. Alabama Power is really stepping up and doing what's right for customers.
You can't control interest rates, you can't control housing inventory, and you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. 5 reasons to get a home inspection before you close on a home. Homeowners buying their first home or their 10th home still need a home inspection performed. First, you will find out firsthand the true condition of the home. the age and state of the heating and air, the roof, electrical, and plumbing as of the date of inspection. Second, it may give you the ability to renegotiate repairs that the seller will end up paying for before closing. Third, if the results show that the repairs would be too costly, then you can opt out of the contract without losing your earnest money. Fourth, the age and state of the systems will indicate what shape the rest of the house might be in and give you the option to opt out of the transaction or renegotiate terms. Fifth, knowing what needs to be done to the house will allow you the opportunity to update the home properly to your taste. For a list of the best home inspectors in the area, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 334-221-2883 or 551-0225. The Goodson Group.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We are stuck in a very wet tropical pattern, including the threat of some flooding. The risk of periods of showers and thunderstorms will continue in the forecast with locally heavy downpours tonight, Thursday, Friday as well. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for flood alerts, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. Tonight's low 74, tomorrow's high about 87, and not much change on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Mr. President, your wife called. She's busy in New York. She won't be coming home this weekend.
Thanks, Betty. Okay, fellas, it's party time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the limo. Come on, let's ride to the liquor store around the corner. The wife's out of town, so I think I really want to call some names from my little black book. Guaranteed to make this party cook. We'll call Angela and Pamela and Buffy and Vicky, and before you know it, everything will be freaky. We're going to throw it down, then we're going to pick it up. These girls are cute as a little speckled pup. I know I said that I learned my lesson, but I just can't keep from messing. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita, if you please, a little bit of Tina, she's a sleaze, a little bit of Sandra, she's so funky, a little bit of Mary, she's kind of chunky, a little bit of Jessica is what I see, a little bit a break from Hillary.
Mr. President, the girls from Hooters are here, sir.
All right, send them right in. Hey, girls, come on in. Y'all are looking good. Hey, those chicken wings? Yeah, put them on the conference table right over there. Hey, y'all want to see the war room? Jump up and down and move it all around. Put your hands in the air, throw your clothes on the ground, then climb on board and we'll have fun. Want to take a ride on Air Force One? We'll fly so high we'll touch the sky, and if we get caught, we'll lie. A little bit of Sandy on my lap. A little bit of Tiffany, she likes rap. A little bit of Rita, if you please. A little bit of Tina, she's a sleaze. A little bit of Sandra on the fly. A little bit of Mary on the sly. A little bit of Jessica raising Cain. A little break from that old ball and chain.
Mr. President, the diplomatic pouch from Jamaica just arrived, sir.
All right. Look that baby up. Hey, want to see me inhale? Smooth. little bit of Monica in the house, a little bit of something on her blouse, a little bit of Rita, she's a go, a little bit of Tina, she's a hoe, a little bit of Sandra on the desk, a little bit of Mary, she's the best, a little bit of Jessica in my life, a great big secret from my wife. Hey, girls, me and you, I can get y'all a job at Revlon too. You know me, I love the freak. See you, babe, same time next week. All right, hey.
Mr. President, Mrs. Clinton just called. She will be arriving after all.
Uh-oh. Okay, everybody. Cross this mode. Break this place up. Hey, honey. Welcome home.
Oh, it's all in good fun. You know, Clinton, when you look at some of the things he advocated, he was a real conservative president.
Yeah.
He is as far removed from today's Democratic Party as he can possibly be. Have you seen the latest from the Southern Poverty Law Center?
No.
Question one is, why have they not revoked their 103C tax status yet? And why not?
Right.
Why would any fool donate to this organization? But this was a good one that came out yesterday. A top Southern Poverty Law Center official accused of helping funnel $1.2 million in donor money to an informant in the National Alliance White Supremacist Group, who was also allegedly her lover.
Oh, my gosh.
The DOJ filed a superseding indictment against the SPLC, accusing it of funneling donor cash to hate groups. They were then telling donors they were fighting. One figure referred to as Employee 2 in the indictment is described as a person who had become director of the SPLC's intelligence project. It also describes how Employee 2 wrote an article based on material stolen from National Alliance headquarters in 2014, then paid off an informant to take the blame for the money.
Is that her?
Yes.
I just shared your screen.
Yes. The based on the details in the June 2nd superseding indictment, Employee 2 is believed to be Heidi Weyrich, a 50-year-old fascism expert who was the director of intelligence at the Alabama-based anti-extremism nonprofit. They were the extremism.
Perfect.
The indictment alleges Weyrich was very close to the informant known only as F9, who infiltrated the neo-Nazi organization National Alliance. Weyrich was also in a romantic relationship with F9. During this relationship, Weyrich and F9 shared a house and 2 bank accounts. Between 2015 and 2021, approximately $140,000 in donor donations flowed from the SPLC operating account and was ultimately deposited into the joint bank accounts held by F9 and Weyrich. This is, can you put her back up there for a second? This is Weyrich right here. The $1.2 million Nazi.
Okay.
The amount, approximately 66% of all money now deposited into their joint bank accounts, came from the organization. The indictment also claims that while getting paid by the SPLC, the unnamed informant was also raising money for the National Alliance and helping to carry out extremist activities. I wish they would get moving on this stuff, because this really needs, that building needs to be locked and sealed. But I heard they just named a new director today.
Really?
That'll fix everything. I've known so many people that have worked there or had inside contact, and some have actually laughed out loud at the joke it is, the shakedown of liberals for their bleeding hearts and all the problems they're going to solve, and convincing them there's a Nazi around every corner. Just so crazy. And it's so weird, because not only do we have the SPLC, no wonder they all think conservatives are Nazis, because some of them are.
Yeah.
That's just called mirroring.
Projection.
And I'm sure you noticed you were up there, weren't you, during the big Graham Plattner victory? Have they added the swastika to the main flag yet?
No. I guess I was, though. Yeah, last week.
It is absolutely stunning and nauseating. From Bill Maher on down. How all these liberals, Bernie Sanders, we don't mind. Because he's my kind of Nazi. These kind of double standards just drive me crazy.
If they didn't have those, they'd have no standards.
The other big question, this is true. Should there be a legal limit on how much personal wealth one person can accumulate?
Why?
Because socialists hate that.
Well,
we just saw whiny ass AOC on TV saying there's no such thing as earning $1 billion.
Sure there is.
Because her warped little mind can't,
She's carrying around an iPhone that has made somebody a billionaire, for sure.
Yeah. Again, it's pick and choose who the bad guys are. Elon's trillionaire success is a great American story. And there were people in other ages of our time who were similarly brilliant, risked their own capital to grow a company. And yeah, some did get monopolistic, like Rockefeller and Standard Oil, and the government intervened in that to create more competition. But he didn't steal a dime of his money. He employs thousands of people in good jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that worked at SpaceX became a millionaire the day they did the IPO.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nice? You work hard, you get a good job, you're good enough for Elon Musk to say, we want you. And then ultimately you get rewarded with stock that puts you into a special category.
They don't want to reward people for working hard or hustling or having any kind of work ethic. They want to reward people just because.
They want to take 5% or whatever.
They can buy them.
But he's in Texas. Now, he does pay federal taxes. Nobody gets away from those. Well, there are those who try. So he is paying taxes. To me, it's just it's nothing more complicated than a strict jealousy, envy thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they think people with a lot of money, they keep it in a room, and they like to go in there and wade through it and swim in it.
They just open the door and look at it, put their hands on their hips, and they're like,
go buy something stupid, whatever.
Did you hear about Floyd Mayweather, who has been billionaire in his life, bouncing a check on a $200,000 watch?
He could go to jail for 20 years because that's theft.
That's crazy.
But that's what happens when you get hit in the head too many times. I'm telling you, I used to know Muhammad Ali's doctor, Freddie Pacheco. He lived in the same building I did in Miami. And we were talking, we were waiting for our cars to be brought up by the valet. So we were just chatting idly. And I asked him, is Muhammad Ali ever going to be normal? He launched into a tirade. He says, I told that dumb son of a bitch to stop 10 years before he did. Mm-hmm. We all knew he was at high risk for CTE. And, but he could not. He was addicted to the limelight, and he kept doing it. And after a while, he just refused to be his physician. But the other part of that culture is when you're the champ, everybody wants to be your friend.
Yeah.
And so they have these massive posses that eat, drink, and be merry, hanging around with their hero. And then all the money gets spent, or they lose a fight, their career is over, and then all these friends disappear.
Yeah.
So for whatever tens or hundreds of millions of dollars Mayweather may have earned, it's probably gone.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's...
Well, then they get taken advantage of by the people who manage their money.
Yeah.
Because people inevitably do unethical things when they have control of that. And they get jealous and say, well, they're only paying me $200,000 a year or whatever, but they have millions coming in.
They're getting a ton of money just for hanging around.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
They have no useful
you
purpose.
can't trust anybody to manage that kind of money and not take advantage of it.
We need to find our most electrifying story of the afternoon. I've been looking around. I haven't quite found it yet.
Well, look, on Fox News right now, apparently Boston is out of beer and liquor.
You're kidding. Oh, the Scots are in Boston, so they've drained it dry.
That's funny.
I still love the fact that the World Cup has brought people here who are not listening to the Democratic Socialists and are loving America and the freedom and everything else. And look at all these celebrities that ran off, fat ass Rosie off to Ireland. She wants to come back. Ellen DeGeneres, nobody really cares if she comes back or not, but she's not happy in England. So what did they do that for? That's like a childish
I don't
temper
think they
tantrum.
would be happy anywhere, really. They're just
You
not happy people.
are 100% correct. They are constitutionally incapable of being happy. And it's always easier to be miserable and spread that than it is to actually work on it, you know. But I digress. All right, we are at, let me get our buddy Skipper in here for a quick traffic update. We'll come right back. It's 4:54 and happy hour.
Well, we continue to be building with busy traffic around the area, especially East-South Boulevard, I-65 and 85 really beginning to load up now. And we got a lot of cars in Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka, and a lot of cars headed that way out of Montgomery. Please use caution wherever you are. We'll update you if any new accidents happen to slow you down. At McKenna Nissan, you can get up to $5,000 off on a new Armada and up to $5,000 on a Nissan Frontier. Add the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
With an SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bob Agnew. Americans loosened the purse strings last month.
Retail sales rose a healthy 0.9% in May. Better than analysts were expecting. It was up from a 0.4 increase in April. The stepped-up spending came as the weather warmed and gas prices cooled.
That is Rich Thomason reporting. The Federal Reserve has decided to keep its key rate unchanged for now in its first policy session with Kevin Warsh as chairman.
Half of my colleagues thought the policy rate, given all those developments, should be at this level or lower between now and year end, and the other half thought higher. That 19th voter was me, and I didn't submit one.
Stocks dropped on speculation the Fed may raise interest rates later this year. At the closing bell, the Dow was down by 507 points to 51,492. The Nasdaq was off by 354 points. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
Starting a business shouldn't feel overwhelming. At Janikin Gulf Coast, we give you a clear, proven path to ownership. You receive guaranteed initial accounts, local support, and the training you need to succeed from day one. For over 35 years, we've helped people turn steady careers into thriving businesses, and you could be next. Start your journey today at JanikinCleans.com.
Get ready, Central Alabama. The biggest watermelon festival yet is happening Saturday, June 27th at Sweet Creek Farm Market. They're celebrating America's 250th birthday and all things watermelon with free admission, over 100 arts and crafts vendors, a watermelon eating contest, entertainment for the kids, food trucks, and family fun around every corner. It's Sweet Creek Farm Market's biggest arts and crafts festival ever, and admission is free. Saturday, June 27th, 10 to 4 on Highway 231 and Pike Road. Come hungry, bring the family, and celebrate summer at Sweet Creek Farm Market's Watermelon Festival.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electric bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
All right, some levity here at 5 o'clock. Grant McDonald joining us in 15 minutes. There's plenty of time to get serious. Some levity by Tom Cavanaugh just ahead of Salem Radio.
News. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. A memorandum of understanding to be signed Friday by the United States and Iran calls for Tehran to, at minimum, dilute its enriched uranium and would waive but not permanently end sanctions on the country. That's according to U.S. officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to read the draft language, which Iran has not released. The deal would also open up the Strait of Hormuz toll-free for 2 months. The Federal Reserve kept its key rate unchanged Wednesday, yet nearly half the central bank's policymakers said they could support a rate hike later this year, an unexpectedly aggressive outcome that would disappoint President Trump and suggest heightened concerns about persistent inflation. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 507 points. More details at srnnews.com.
Did you really think Pure Talk was just going to sit back and watch America turn 250 years old without doing something awesome to celebrate? Of course not. That's why they're raising $250,000 for America's Warrior Partnership by the end of July. America's Warrior Partnership is on the front line of preventing veteran suicide. They've had extraordinary success, and here's how you can help. When you switch your cell phone service to Pure Talk this month, you'll be invited to round up to support America's Warrior Partnership. No pressure, but if you do, Pure Talk will match your donation dollar for dollar. And to further celebrate 250 years of our extraordinary democratic republic, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. That's pound 250, say Mike Rowe. And happy birthday to us.
I was riding on a train to Austin, Texas. Oh, and a very lovely lady sat next to me. When she got up to eat, she asked if I would hold her safe. I was more than happy to. Now there's more I'd like to do. I want to kiss her, but she won't let me. I want to whisper sweet nothings in her ear. I want to hold her behind closed doors and more. I want to kiss her, but she won't let me. When she returned, she said she was an actress. She showed me an album of pictures of her opening, which she'd been sitting on. She seemed as sweet as she could be, but I could clearly see she was the kind of girl who stole men's hearts, then racked them. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. I wanna whisper sweet nothings in her ear. I wanna hold her behind closed doors and more. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. Well, I'll never forget that train ride down to Austin. We shared a seat and we shared our tales. But as my heart tries to leave her behind, regrets are all I find. 'Cause I hoped I'd get that girl in the end. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. wanna whisper sweet nothings in her ear. I wanna hold her behind closed doors and more. I wanna kiss her butt. I wanna kiss her butt. I wanna kiss her butt. She won't let me.
We pop that on every once in a while for a smile after a hard news day. On News Talk 93.1 FM, Brent McDonald joining us in about 12 minutes. I heard, do we want to do this? I heard J.D. Vance was on The View.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
He walked into the hen house.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
At first I rolled my eyes, but I thought if there's anybody that can handle that cow collection, it's him. And we have a clip here. It's fairly short. Apparently, Whoopi, being the racist bitch that she is, she had to go there first, right? Going with the usual line, to which there's really no hardcore evidence that Donald Trump is a racist. Let's give this a listen.
And you were talking about people. What do black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is. You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, you know, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because
I'm talking about I can tell you all the. Yeah.
No, I want to know what
you don't know what I'm talking about.
Actual point.
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many. Where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened, and it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream.
I want to hear what he has to say, but I've never heard such staggering beazle schmeazit in my life.
I know.
This is making me angry. But I want to give JD a chance to rebut here. No doubt he was expecting this kind of nonsense from her.
Where they're taking down the actual that happened. All kinds of stuff happened, and it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that, and also to denigrate black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, you know that.
First of all, he should know right there he's talking to an auditorium full of numbnuts. I'm being kind. Carefully selected, no doubt, by the producers of The View, because they're too stupid to know better.
So Sonny, that was actually a very helpful intervention, because I think the story you're talking about is where, allegedly the administration is holding back the appointments of people based on skin color. I've seen the story.
I'm talking about a host of things. I'm talking about black history getting erased from public spaces. Black voter districts are being dismantled. Black leaders are being sidelined from our ranks. Where do Americans of color fit in this vision? Because it doesn't seem like we fit.
You just keep going.
I think, Sonny, my view...
Let them talk, bitches! Oh, God, I may not survive this. I may be back at the cancer center before the show's over.
And if I may, since October of last year, there's been something like 6,668 refugees allowed into the country. All but 3 were white South Africans.
Well, they're being murdered down there by black people, so there is that.
So, first of all, I'm very skeptical of that number because we have a lot of different immigration pathways in the United States of America. But let me just address Whoopi's point. Look, first of all, you asked the question, and maybe you don't believe this coming from me, but I think everybody is welcome in our political coalition. Frankly, even if you didn't vote for us, everybody is welcome in our country so long as you're an American citizen with the duties and the legal obligations and rights to be here. But Whoopi, let me just give you an example of this. Okay, so you say that we're anti-minority or anti-black.
No, I didn't say that. I asked. See?
Well, okay, fine. Be fair.
Don't start any stuff
all
with
right,
me,
okay,
man.
all right. I misinterpreted your question, but let me answer your actual question there. What I'm saying, I think, okay, look at Washington, D.C. One of the most democratic and one of the blackest, by a share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America, has seen a radical decrease in violent crimes and sexual assaults and in murders. We have tried to take the crime issue seriously, in part because we believe everybody, whether you're black or white or rich or poor, deserves to live in a safe neighborhood.
Why does the crime? Where does the crime step in? This is not about crime. This is about
lost their jobs.
Right. This is about
Sonny,
human rights.
What you're saying is we got to do more on the economy.
And black history has been erased from public spaces.
Black history is not erased from public spaces.
Can't take it anymore.
I'm telling you, we celebrate black history. We celebrate all
way,
American history in this administration.
They didn't actually let him say anything. Bummer.
I'll be okay.
You can't control it, so you got to just let it go.
But JD stayed cool. He was friendly in rebutting them. But I don't think I could have been that nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now what do we do for fun? Hey,
what else is in your pile?
Oh, most of it's over here. And we're working our way through it. The things that should be in America's new time capsule.
Oh, are they putting a time capsule in?
Yes.
Do we have one to open?
I don't know if we have one to open. We should have done one on the bicentennial 50 years ago that could be open today.
That would be cool.
Maybe this is a good time to go stuff yourself with smoky notes
and
some great barbecue. Up there on Northeastern Boulevard where the It'll Do Tavern used to be, Smoky Notes. They've got an incredible menu with brisket, pulled chicken, and pork, sides that include cabbage with Conecuh sausage, incredible baked beans, mac and cheese that has an Alfredo sauce base to it. Everything is so different. The prices are very reasonable, and the portions are very generous. So if you like barbecue, whether you like it on a sandwich or on a platter with potato twists and some of the other special sides they offer, Smoky Notes is a great option for you for lunch or dinner. You'll find them on Northeastern Boulevard. There's a Petro station there. As you go towards Lagoon Park, it's on the left or on the west side of the road, and it's right next to that. You can't miss it. Just look for the big Petro sign. There is Smoky Notes. They've renovated the building, redone it. It looks really nice inside, and the food is sensational. Also be very impressed at the sauce options you have for whatever you order. And they're all homemade, and there's like 24, including your basics, but some that are specially made for what they serve there. SmokyNotes.com if you'd like more information. Stop by and enjoy some great barbecue. All right, Uncle Chi-Chi, shirtless weather is coming up in just a moment. Then Brant McDonald to talk about a wild ride on the market today.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, get help. A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. Makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Hi, everybody. We are stuck in a very wet tropical pattern, including the threat of some flooding. The risk of periods of showers and thunderstorms will continue in the forecast with locally heavy downpours tonight, Thursday, Friday as well. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for flood alerts, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. Tonight's low 74, tomorrow's high about 87, and not much change on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
All right, we're waiting on Brant McDonald at 5:15 here on News Talk 93.1 FM. So I came across a picture this morning. Apparently our BM, our beloved mayor, is in California or somewhere where he crossed paths with Gavin Newsom. And they posed for a picture today.
I didn't realize he was so short.
Yeah. And I guess Newsom is like 6'2" or something like that.
That's not that tall.
So I asked people to caption it. And, my suggestions were Newsom and Nuisance, Dumb and Dumber, the LA Tax Dodgers. But let's see what the listeners came up with. In terms, see if you notice one that you appreciate. Liar, liar.
Frickin' frack.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Frack. Let me do this. Go back to the main post. And we're almost at 100 comments on this, which is extraordinary for a weekday. Well, that's probably Brant. We can come back to this.
Okay.
Is that you, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Mr. Right on the Money?
Yes, sir.
Brant McDonald from Invest Advisors. Hey, Brant, we were just looking at some of the captions on a picture of the mayor and Gavin Newsom today. Two people who really know how to manage money well.
I saw that picture. What a joke. I say, Gavin Newsom especially. That guy.
I tell you what, it looks like at least his wife is in serious trouble for misappropriation of money out there. We can only hope.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happened today? The market was way up when I left the studio. I had to go get an MRI. When I came back, it was down. What's going on?
So, Greg, we've been talking really, I guess, 2 to 3 weeks now about all the different data and news and what have you. And today was a big day. We talked about the fact that this was going to be Kevin Warsh's first Fed meeting as the new Fed chair. And yesterday, or really the last few days, we tried to give you a little bit of a prelude to this, that hey, there's a new sheriff in town. He's gonna shake things up. So just kind of get ready. And it was the press conference today. It wasn't the actual, result of the meeting. I mean, the interest rates were left unchanged. We all knew that was going to happen. But wow, did he not disappoint during the press conference? It was a pretty sobering new Fed chief in town, and that's actually why the market did what you just mentioned, Greg. I mean, we had been sort of trading around the flat line, a little bit in the green. When he got through with that press conference, though, short-term bond yields were a little higher, and the market took a turn to the downside. So I'd like to kind of break this down for you, if we can, and help everyone understand what the Fed chief is doing and what he said and how it might impact all of us. So first of all, if you think about the Federal Reserve, its primary function under mandate from Congress has always been to seek full employment and also to monitor inflation. They control the money supply. That's one of the main parts of how they control prices in our economy. And we know that for the last many decades, the Fed has sort of adopted this target range of about 2 to 2.25% as an inflation target that is sort of that Goldilocks type scenario, if you will. Fed Chair Warsh came in and basically said, you know what, we're in a new day and age. The Fed has gotten too big and too powerful since the great financial crisis of 08-09. And he wants to dramatically reform it. Number one of the big takeaways is he's created 5 new task forces. That each task force is going to be charged with looking into 5 different main topics of the Fed. Things like how the Fed communicates to markets, where they're getting their data from, what's the impact of the Fed's balance sheet, and how does that impact overall prices in the economy. Things like what does it mean to seek full employment in this new digital age that we're in now. And so these task forces are going to be comprised of people who have some economics background, but are also real-world people, which I like. So you're going to have sort of different views on each task force. They're going to spend the rest of their year working on sort of their delegated assignment. And then right towards the end of the year, at the beginning of 2027, they're going to come in with their reports to the Fed in terms of their findings. I love this. I think it's great. I think it's long, long overdue. Some of the data that we've been using in years past has just become outdated. These surveys that they do, even the PCE, the formula for CPI. We've talked about this on the show with you for years, Greg, of how they've tinkered with it and tried to make it better, but it's not really truly representative of probably what's really happening in the marketplace. And so you look at the Fed statement that was released today in the press conference in the press release. It was approximately 1/3 the size of what we've been getting at every FOMC meeting. So dramatically pared down, much simpler, much easier to read. Not a lot of sort of what I would call hocus pocus type wording and verbiage in the statement. It was much more direct. The other big takeaway I had from it was Kevin Warsh essentially said we've got to remake the Fed because the Fed in the last 5 years has missed it. They have not been able to accurately predict inflation. And he said they're using old tools, outdated tools, and we're not even sure if we're using the right data. That was a direct shot at Jay Powell. I mean, a just absolute put him in the bullseye and pulled the trigger. That was a pretty big deal.
Well, Jay Powell gave us good reason to suspect his motives every time he made an announcement.
Yeah. Well, the Fed at all, one thing he's not going to say, but I think can be implied, is that the Fed has also become political. It really wasn't political before the great financial crisis. But since then, the Fed has gotten bigger, more powerful, and it has become a little bit more aligned politically with different people who've held office. And that's a problem. That's a real problem. And as a matter of fact, it's the other big thing that War said, which was, we're not going to be giving guidance anymore. You know, that's a big deal. Prior Fed chairs, all the way back to Bernanke, you know, they gave pretty solid forward guidance so that the market clearly kind of knew exactly what the Fed was thinking and where they may be heading. He wants to pull back on that. And I think the bottom line here, Greg, is that he believes in the free market enterprise system. He wants capital formation to largely more depend upon the decision-making of corporate America and people who are committing capital to various types of products and whatever their business models hold, based on what they're seeing, and not be so fearful of what is the Fed going to do to me in terms of my ability to manage my business and in terms of my ability to access capital. He wants the Fed to be sort of in the shadows, if you will, and not be such a powerful, massive, sort of prevalent force like it is right now, because it is becoming, as I said, a little bit of a political tool, and it's also become widely intrusive into the decision making of all of us.
Well, in a way, it's like the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, every decision they make has become life or death. And we're hanging on every word to see how it's going to affect this and that. You're right. I've seen the same thing with the monthly Fed announcements. Like, it's going to have a real ripple effect on the economy, up or down, sideways, whatever. And yes, politicized. You recall September of the year before last, in the election cycle, there was no reason to lower the rate, but Jerome Powell did, just in case it helped come out a little bit.
You're exactly right. But I think the big thing, too, to remember, the Federal Reserve has a balance sheet now that is over $6 trillion in size. $6 trillion. That's a massive amount of money. To give you some perspective, when the great financial crisis started, their balance sheet.
Uh-oh.
Where'd you go? Brett? We seem to have lost you.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back up here. Try again. Brett? You may not be aware.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
I heard a
coming
sound.
back.
Are you there? You're on the dark side of the moon, my friend. Well, while we're figuring this out, let's do a traffic update, and we'll figure out a way to come back to Brad.
Well, my goodness, we are still very busy all over the area. We did have an accident reported on I-65 northbound right before the Cobbs Ford Road exit, mile marker 179. And oddly enough, we did have an accident at 3 o'clock this afternoon at Techno Center Drive and Atlanta Highway. Those vehicles are still there. No police on the scene. We will update you if any new accidents happen. Haynes Ambulance, there for you both on the ground and in the air. From a simple patient transport to life or death situations, Haynes is ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
All right, we notified Brant that we had lost his audio signal, so we're hoping that he'll call us back here in the next minute or two. Hoping you will consider coming over to Baumhauer's Victory Grill after the show and joining us there for our weekly Nights at the Long Table Gathering right there at the end of the main bar. And soon, the grand opening in Millbrook is coming.
Do they have a date?
Not yet. They're having a VIP party, a dry run, and I've been invited to that, but the date has changed 3 times.
Oh.
So, knowing Bob, they're absolutely not going to open the restaurant until they're absolutely certain they're ready. It takes time to work out the kinks.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the differences between this location and our Boulevard location, which we're staying loyal to. They're going to be there, but we will get to Millbrook at least on a once-a-month basis.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun. And so much of our audience there has always said, when are you coming up here?
Mm-hmm.
Because we'd like to do a Wednesday night with you guys too. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see how that works. I'm not hearing back from Brandon. It could be his phone died. Maybe his battery died.
Maybe he might have been driving through.
But,
somebody's calling.
Let's
Is it him?
see. Hello?
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, you just kind of went away. Went away.
I don't know. The cell service in my area has been kind of crazy, but I don't know if it's the rain or what. But all I was saying is, we'll see what the rest of the week holds. A reminder that Friday is a federal holiday where markets will be closed. Not a lot of data tomorrow, but certainly it's understandable why the market would be a little bit unnerved with the new Fed chair clearly stating his case today. That there is a new sheriff in town. He's got a new agenda. He's got a plan in place to revamp the Fed pretty dramatically. And so with that, I mean, he did have a little bit of a hawkish tone towards the end of the press conference, continuously repeating the idea that they will achieve a 2% inflation rate. But what I was saying before I got cut off, I believe, is that he's going to wait and see what happens with these oil prices and the impact that has on some of the inflation reports we have before any dramatic move one way or the other. And I think the market, it knee-jerked down on the news. I think it'll settle down, and I just don't think that it's quite as bad as people think with the hawkish tone he sounded. So we'll see what happens. But as I said, in the meantime, tomorrow, not a lot.
Uh-oh.
It's happened again. Well, everything on the board is working.
Yeah, he's just lost service.
There may be an issue with the phone.
But we went to the moon.
And so be it.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial. The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Well, hi, everybody. We are stuck in a very wet tropical pattern, including the threat of some flooding. The risk of periods of showers and thunderstorms will continue in the forecast with locally heavy downpours tonight, Thursday, Friday as well. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action with instant push notifications for flood alerts, plus radar and future radar. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. Tonight's low 74, tomorrow's high about 87, and not much change on Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, flooring tools, and installation supplies. Find it all at Budget Floors and More in Montgomery. Big selection, contractor pricing, and personal service you won't find at the big boxes. Across from Publix in Del Reyta and online at budgetfloorsmgm.com.
Attention River Region business owners. Local counties are now inspecting and enforcing backflow prevention requirements. Headley Plumbing is fully certified to install, repair, and test backflow preventers, helping you stay compliant and avoid costly violations. We've been serving the River Region for decades with dependable professional service you can trust. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Traffic is very busy all over the area. Interstates, boulevards in Montgomery, and all of our feeder roads outbound are really loaded up. Still have an accident hanging out at Techno Center Drive in Atlanta Highway. Been there since before 3 o'clock. No police on the scene yet. And on I-65 northbound right before Cobbs Ford Road, we have a big truck and a smaller truck in an accident. Right lane is blocked. They even had it shut down a minute ago to get a wrecker in. Traffic is stacked there. Expect delays up to Prattville on 65 northbound. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated. Your future starts this fall. Trenton State Community College now enrolling for fall 2026. Many courses, 2-year degrees, and certificates to choose from, and financial aids available. Register today. Go to trentumstate.edu for more information. Buckle up with Jay, Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Montgomery police are now charging the suspect in an April shooting with murder. 21-year-old Laverius Ferguson was initially arrested and charged with first-degree assault for the April 11th shooting on Rosa Parks Avenue. The victim, 25-year-old Ladarius Wiley, died of his injuries recently in a Montgomery hospital. A motive for the homicide remains unknown. The city of Montgomery has completed demolition of the long-abandoned Patterson School. Patterson School was built in the 1950s but closed down almost 20 years ago and has been vacant and deteriorating ever since. The site, located on East Jefferson Street, will become the new home of Premise Health Center for city employees. Montgomery Fire Rescue is recognizing Lieutenant Demetrius Gilmore for his life-saving actions while off duty. Gilmore was playing pickleball at the Bell Road YMCA when a man went into cardiac arrest and collapsed. Lieutenant Gilmore quickly began CPR, applied a defibrillator shock, which restored the patient's pulse before paramedics could arrive. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Life's a beach with an ASE loan financing the fun you deserve. It's your summer, your way. ASE has the funds. Apply online or at any of our 9 locations.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASE.
Federally insured by NCUA.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I'd like to pick a bone. Drivers on the phone. If you just hang up and drive, we might get home alive. Minutes on the road. There's a loser on the phone. His mouth is running like a drone. Big milk up on the way. Get Jimmy to his play. My safety could depend on gabbing with your friends, driving on the phone. Yeah. This girl is talking to her man. They're making dinner plans. She ran into a van and hit a homeless man. If you just hang up and drive, we might get home alive. Morons on the road. Yeah. Drivers on the phone.
That's crazy.
All right, we are trying to get some
Thank you.
situations
Bye.
under control here. We are gathering at Baumhauer's tonight. We're hoping to be in our usual location, but right now we're not sure if we're going to be there or somewhere else. But we'll be in the corner, which is really where we belong.
I have a traffic update too, or a couple of them really.
Well, let me get the proper attention-getting disclaimer.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
So there's an accident on I-65 northbound right before the Cobbs Ford Road exit in Prattville.
Oh, that's a great place
And-
for a wreck.
Yeah, apparently traffic is basically stopped. They have lanes open, but they're basically stopped.
Mhm.
And it's backing up into Montgomery at this point. So avoid that, I would say, if you have to go that way.
Okay.
We haven't heard about anything on 31, so maybe take that way instead. And then also there's an accident in Montgomery in the area of Technis Center Drive where the people have been waiting for 3 hours without cops.
3 hours, no cops.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our goofball mayor is out shaking hands with Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
They probably picked each other's pockets while they were standing there.
Yep.
You belong here. When things are great here, you can run around to LA and boost your political capital with all your communist friends. What a joke. You know, as they scrape all the asphalt off 85 between, I think it's Mulberry and Perry Hill or a little further. Didn't really need to be done. What they need to do is put a fresh layer of asphalt on Atlanta Highway, which they authorized the city to do a year ago May, and it
Wow.
still hasn't been done. One of the things we learned while you were away is that Julie Beard is the one city council person that everybody seems to appreciate. The rest of them, I'm just saying, I'm disappointed. No, I'm furious is what I am. Because of the taxes we pay here. It is 5:40. Bring us up to speed with what's happening with your place, AMS Studios.
I mean, we're settled in and
You've been delivering the movie Maven
yeah,
for us a couple times a week.
yeah.
In fact, what are you watching these days? Some of our best suggestions.
Oh my gosh. I just watched a crazy documentary on Netflix that's apparently like going viral. It's called Maternal Instinct or
Really?
Mother's Instinct.
A Mother's
Oh wait, no. Let me find it. It's something like that, but it's about this girl who maybe it is called Maternal Instinct. Yeah. But it's a documentary about this girl who in real life was a pathological liar and duped like this whole family into thinking she was going to come into some money. She started dating this guy and promising him, you know, that she had an inheritance coming, and it never ended up coming, you know, and she bought,
never do.
She bought cars for people. They got repossessed because she couldn't pay on them. Well, she ends up telling this guy that she's pregnant. They haven't been together long. She tells him, guess what? I'm going to have a baby. The documentary splits to like people who she's been friends with in the past who are like, impossible. This woman has had a hysterectomy. She's already had 2 children and had a hysterectomy. Like, and it doesn't really unravel at any point. I'm not sure how people never caught on to her, but this woman literally goes on to befriend another woman who's pregnant and steal her baby and kill her in order to like live out this lie.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's absolutely wild, but it just got released on Netflix and everybody's watching it now.
With
But
all the
it's
UFO
crazy.
stuff coming out, we've been watching Age of Disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a documentary with heavy hitters, whistleblowers, credible people who have talked about, and again, it's another look at the deep state and what they want us to know and not know. And a lot of these whistleblowers speak to the truth that they know many people who were killed.
Mm-hmm.
Goes back to Roswell re-engineering things that we've discovered. There were biologics discovered on flights. In other words, there were living creatures of some type who apparently had the technology to get here but not land here properly.
I don't get that.
But some of the video that you see talks about why these vehicles, without combustion engines, they're quiet.
Yeah.
This force field that's around them, you can see it. It's an aura.
Yeah.
In many of the UAP clips that allows them to propel at
Insane speeds.
and
Stop on a dime,
and make
turn
right
90
turn, yes.
degrees. Yeah.
So they figured all that out. So I feel like all of this, the Spielberg movie has not gotten great reviews, either by critics or people watching it. I mean, it's okay. It's a Spielberg movie. It's not the movie in advent of this great revelation coming from the government.
Yeah.
But the Age of Disclosure, the documentary, which is on Prime, I believe, you may find it somewhere else. It really gives you a good look at the deep state and why it's wrong and why so many conspiracies exist.
Yeah.
Except we're coming to a point in time where we're running out of conspiracy theories because they're all coming true.
Right.
All right. That's enough for me at 5:45. We'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
Lenny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge. What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Who wears shorts and black socks when he mows the lawn? Falls asleep in the recliner when the baseball game is on. The daddy man. Oh, the daddy man can. Yeah, the daddy man can, 'cause he doesn't have a clue and he embarrasses you. Who answers the front door in his undershorts?
Well,
who can wake the dead when he begins to snore? The daddy man. Yes, the daddy man can.
Thought we killed the last few minutes of happy hour. It's great to have Pamela Dubuque back in the studio with us. It really is.
I know.
Of course, I didn't want to, come across as all needy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, we were able to navigate without you.
Precariously.
Yeah. So I thought I'd look for some stand-up based on Father's Day. Hey, here's one that here's a guy we haven't heard ever. Father Guido Sarducci. It's actually, his real name is Don Novello. I actually met him more years ago than I like to admit. He did a bit for me on my morning show. He talks about his father's favorite English word.
My dad had his favorite English word, because Spanish was his first language. So when he came out with English, man, he just hooked into his favorite word, and regardless. He doesn't know what it means, man. He just likes to say it, regardless. Pump it into any sentence, man. You gotta watch it. Hey, come over here, guy. Hey, look at the shirt. You know we need to send it on the side, regardless, and on the bottom too. Man, did you just pop into regardless in there, bro, for no reason? No, regardless, I need it on the side.
I wrote this article, I got in a lot of trouble, was in a paper article about birth control for dogs. Like it's not a sin. You could have your head spayed, and it's like not a sin. I don't understand. If it's a sin for humans, it should be a sin to do it for animals too. In fact, it should be more of a sin. A woman takes a pill, she knows what she's doing. You take a dog to a vet, to have it spayed, thinks it's going to go there and have its nails clipped or something.
Good stuff. Father Guido Sarducci. Haven't heard that in a long, long time. Here's a comedian named Brooks.
You asked me when I was 10 years old how much I thought crab legs cost based on my father's behavior. It'd be like $80,000? Infinity, maybe? He's never even allowed the thought. Have you ever gone out to eat with your parents? Like, don't even think about the back half of the menu. We're an appetizer family. You want a soda? Bring it. That's where they make the money. He never once paid for a movie theater treat. Not once in his life. It would be June in Iowa. That's like 108 degrees. That's very hot. And he would still put on a giant winter coat and pack it to the gills and then clink around the movie theater. And he'd just clink down to the aisle. And he'd sit down and he'd act like he just pulled off a big bank heist. He's like, and then he'd pull cans of soda out of his sleeve and be like, pass them down. Pass them down. Okay, I'm gonna cough. And that's when we open them. Yeah! All right! Hot root beer, right? We all love hot root beer.
Got a Nate Bargatze on his dad being a magician and a clown.
My dad is a magician, like still is a magician. He started as a clown though. Look, I'm not trying to come up here and act like I come from some rich magic family. And I'm better than you guys, all right? That's not what it's about. That's not why we're here. He paid his dues. He paid his clown dues. It's weird when your dad's a clown. Yeah, it's weird every day. For one, I never liked clowns. That's a thing. Like, have you ever been yelled at by a clown? I have. Yeah. Do you know how confusing that is? Screamed at by a guy with a smile paint on his face, and you're just looking like, is this good or it's not? I don't understand.
Well, this brings to a conclusion our YouTube feed for the day. We're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
How great to have you back. When will we see you again?
Tomorrow.
I don't know if I can handle 2 days in a row. That's absolutely awesome news. Awesome news. Because David Blackman will not be able to join us tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So we will have you, and I think we may get a drive-by tomorrow. Then Friday, I will not be here.
Okay.
Unless Rich orders me not to drive to New Orleans because of Arthur. So
No, you'll
all
be
of that.
going.
We'll figure that
You'll
out.
be going.
But be here early tomorrow morning with me and Rich and Jay, and we'll have all the latest on that storm and more.
Traffic is brought to you by Victory